So if I was the commander of the Delta Force, I'd send an elite group into Afghanistan to deploy these robots. And the robots would call and coordinate coordinates to drones and patrol the street for the Taliban and Al Qaeda and ISIS. And the robots, using facial recognition, will basically eliminate the threat to democracy around the world. This is the best way to fight terrorism. There's a lot of different options that are on the table that don't violate the Geneva Convention, if you know what I mean. And we can use robots to basically go in and prevent the loss of life of innocent women and children. Unfortunately, there probably will be the need for some bunker busters because there's so much tunneling that the rat race chasing, in a maze underground. If they're using their own relatives, their own flesh and blood as human shields, and they're blowing themselves up. I feel so bad for the people who weren't able to be evacuated from Afghanistan, but I don't think the way that the purple, what was this, orange fascist pig Trump announced to the world that we're suddenly withdrawing from Afghanistan. It shouldn't have been so sudden like that. It should have been a lot smoother, and with a skeleton crew that's going to put in robots and to call in drone strikes and to really eliminate them. But you see, we could send these things into the holes in the ground and deploy leaflets so that people have a fairly good chance to evacuate, and basically instilled so much terror into the terrorists by deploying these robots with these leaflets and these warning systems to go around and just like in the movies, every time they see like someone who's identified as a threat, and they're not hard to mistake, the Taliban. You know what they look like, it's not really hard to say, oh, that's, guy carrying AK-47, with that hairstyle and that lettering and the white thing and the whole, the stereotype of what, the Taliban looks like. It's very easy for the robot to identify, especially with the facial recognition. So you don't really need a lot of boots on the ground at all to do that nowadays with all the technology that we have. Fortunately, war is not the answer, but it's a defense solution before the threat, makes its way over here. Unfortunately, it was as if the Trump administration did this on purpose to sabotage our democracy. So Trump should be in jail, and charged with treason. And you know what the punishment for treason is. So it's my honest opinion. I feel like you cannot allow someone to get away with causing the deaths of innocent police officers that were defending the White House. Okay, he's directly responsible for that. Okay, and there's no way around it. If you voted for Trump and if you're a Republican, in a lot of ways, you should denounce your party completely, or give up your passport, go to Siberia, for real. So there you can be amongst the other billionaires that agree with their tax plan. Okay, and your environmental nightmare. And us as United States citizens will unite the world around green energy. Okay, and we'll completely dismantle the world of greed and inequality as we know it, because we'll clean the oceans, we'll ban all fossil fuel use, especially the ones that are being mined in a harmful way. We'll still be able to have all the technology we want. We just won't be spending so much money on things to kill each other because there's not going to be any need for that. You follow me? As Americans, we should lead by example. And these Republicans are such a stain on democracy. They vandalized the very democratic process of elections and voting. So everybody out in California, please go out and vote. Okay? There shouldn't have been any recall election. There should just be Democrats, liberal Democrats as far as I'm concerned, and more liberal Democrats. Because if you're a Republican, you're into the party of racism. And if you want to say, so-and-so's a Republican and he's not a racist, how could he be? Well, guess what? He's ignorant then, or she's ignorant and greedy, and they don't know the history. Okay, they'll say, well, the Republican Party under Lincoln, was this liberal, this, that, and the other. No, well, it's not. It's 2021. There's a lot of things happened. It was a long time ago since Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so fuck the Republicans, and vote Democratic. Really, I mean, it's. I would say almost 90% of Republicans. There's a small percentage is truly stupid, overly religious conservative people that they just don't really know any better. But most Republicans, they know damn well that they're all racist. That they're racist, they're greedy, it's old money, it's oil money, and they take money on the take from China, Russia, and the fucking Nazis. Okay, it's that old financial, greed is good, and money. The evil reality is the Republicans use their money to get people to say and do things so that they can get laws that give them, more tax breaks and more business. Okay, it's fucked up. It's wrong.